Hello, everybody. Guess what? I'm now smoking my new favorite pipe. Why is it my favorite pipe? Because it's my newest. And every pipe deserves a chance to be my favorite for a while. This one I'm going to like. This is a Vaughn Ascot. Just got it, although I ordered it quite a while ago, but due to the situation right now, mail and packages, especially coming from other than the United States, took a little while. But I do like this pipe. Look at this guy. Is that beautiful? It did have a basic coating inside, which I don't mind. I basically, new pipes, any of my pipes, I break in pretty much the same way. So if there's a bowl coating, great. If not, I'm still breaking it in the same old way. But this is proven to be pretty good so far. What's a filtered pipe? I've taken the filter out like I usually do and just put in a whatever adapter. Why I don't smoke with a filter, that'll that'll be another video. But for now, let's get on with what's going on. I would like to now introduce you to a new segment that I'll be popping in and out of. Heaven knows what it'll be about, but it's called Anyway, You Know. Because anyway, and you know, I just automatically say, and I can't help it. I'm sorry. In fact, one time I decided on one of my videos, a section, I wanted to make sure I did not say anyway. So the very first word, anyway. So I deleted that. Second take, very first word, anyway. Third take, fine, I got it. So I figured if you can't beat them, join them, and just put them in and have fun with it. So right now, I'd like to introduce my first Anyway You Know. Anyway, when I'm packing my pipe, I always use pouches. Filled up maybe a couple bowls worth of tobacco I'm going to have. This way, I can put in the tobacco without making a mess. I only make a mess when I put the tobacco in the pouch. You know? So I would like to introduce you to my grandfather's pipe, pop-up, as we called him. Look at this guy. It's kind of fragile. I have only smoked it a few times. My grandfather obviously smoked it a little bit more than me. But I don't know too much about this grandfather. This is my mom's father. We know he smoked pipes, cigars, mainly pipes. And this one was the only one that I was able to inherit. He died actually when I was only 6 years old, something like that. So I don't really remember too much about him. So most of the stuff I know about him really comes from, my mother. This is how I got this pipe, kind of through her. But look at this guy. that's basically a pheasant. My grandfather was a hunter, very avid hunter, um, in New Jersey, little riverside town in New Jersey. But yeah, little pheasant, antler, tree bark. And I have a few pipes like this, but this is the only one that means anything. And I like it. I always have it on display. It has a little cap to it. Very nice. But let me tell you about my grandfather. My grandmother and him planted, grew grapes. My grandfather, according to my mother, was just a natural at piecing, splicing together branches and stuff. And so they had basically a covered walkway getting into their house. It always came in from the side. And so it was a covered walkway, completely filled, overhanging grapes. And then coming out their back door, another covered walkway going to their barn. Um, and this was still around when I was alive, and and been there. But this was planted a long time ago, and because of that, my grandmother used to make some grape jam, but also she made wine, um, or attempted to. But she pressed it, put it in containers, and waiting for it to mature enough to at least be drinkable. My grandfather, though, basically did like to drink. And my mom tells me as basically he would constantly go into the wine to taste it, as he said. Um, so by the time it would be even close to good enough, as a wine, um, my grandmother would look at the container and it would be mostly empty. My grandfather had basically tasted the whole thing. um, and then another story, my grandparents' house, they had, which was common in those days, a summer kitchen. So they had their kitchen, fairly big kitchen, but then go through a door and had another fairly big room off the back, and that was their summer kitchen, so that they can cook it and everything, and the heat didn't get into the house because there really wasn't good circulation, because it was a duplex, so you had one whole side that didn't have windows to it, and the heat, and of course no air conditioning, so the heat never came out. So anyway, to this big room, summer kitchen. During Prohibition, my grandfather set up and maintained a still through the whole thing. And then when the chief of police came by, he'd usually come with the mayor, and they'd be joining my grandfather, tasting the various concoctions that he would make. So that's a main thing I know about him. But anyway, that is how he survived Prohibition. So anyway, I thank you for listening. Anyway, matches 860. Do you know where the 860 came from? His area code, you know? So for now, I thank you for watching, Again, I would appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. Again, so I know who's out there. There's a lot of people out there that I'm just starting to get to know. And if you don't like, you're not going to get to heaven. I'm sorry. So may your smoking lamp always be lit and you be safe out there.